Hey everyone, welcome back. Ever wonder what exactly the world's longest living people eat and drink to stay so incredibly vital? Well, today we're diving right into Chapter 7 of the Ikigai journey, the Ikigai diet, to uncover Okinawa's absolute best dietary secrets. But before we jump in, I need to mention, this is a continuous series of the Ikigai book. If you have not watched the previous chapter video, so link is available in the description and I button, requesting to watch first before watching this video, so that properly understanding is there. All caught up? Awesome, let's get into it.
Here's how we're breaking it down today. 1. The Okinawa longevity miracle. 2. The 80% rule. 3. Eating the rainbow. 4. Okinawa's natural antioxidants. 5. The secrets of tea. And finally 6. How to make the Ikigai diet work for you.
All right, let's start with Section 1. The Okinawan longevity miracle.
To really grasp the power of this diet, we've got to look at the numbers. They're just wild. The World Health Organization already ranks Japan as having the highest life expectancy globally, right? But Okinawa, it doesn't just beat out places like Sweden or the US. It consistently blows past Japan's own national average. We're talking over 520 centenarians for every million people. And what's truly mind-blowing is that they achieved this after facing severe resource scarcity following World War II. They literally bounced back to become the country's longest living citizens. Incredible.
So how are they actually doing this? Well, sure, there are lifestyle factors. For instance, Okinawa is actually the only Japanese province without trains, so residents naturally walk or cycle a lot more. But their dietary discipline is next level. Take salt, for example. Okinawans consume an average of only 7 grams of salt per day. That's practically half the intake of the rest of Japan. This one habit alone is a huge reason why they have the lowest cardiovascular mortality rate in the entire country.
Moving on to Section 2, the 80% rule, or as they call it, hara hachi bu.
You see, the Ikigai diet isn't just about what goes on the plate, but exactly how much goes on the plate. 1,785. That is the average number of calories an Okinawan consumes daily. To put that into perspective, the rest of Japan averages over 2,000 calories. This naturally low caloric intake is actually a super common thread across all the world's blue zones. But here's the kicker, they aren't obsessively tracking macros or counting calories. They just use a really simple ancient philosophy. And that philosophy is hara hachi bu. It's an ancient concept that actually comes from a 12th century Zen Buddhist book called the Zazen Yujinki. The core idea, stop eating when you are 80% full. That's it. When you get to that point where you feel like you could have just a little bit more, you stop. You intentionally leave yourself just a tiny bit hungry.
Now, how do you actually enforce this in real life without going crazy? It mostly comes down to presentation. Think about a standard Western meal. We usually serve things sequentially. Appetizers, then a massive main course, then dessert. It basically sets us up to overeat. Okinawans do the exact opposite. They serve everything all at once, but on tiny plates. You get a little bowl of rice, a tiny plate of veggies, a small bowl of miso soup, maybe a little snack. Serving it this way visually tricks your brain into feeling satisfied, naturally curbs overeating, and makes skipping dessert completely effortless. And the science behind this is absolutely fascinating. When you constantly stuff yourself, your body becomes lethargic because it's expending massive amounts of energy just trying to digest it all. But scientifically speaking, restricting calories reduces a protein in our blood called IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor 1. This protein is heavily tied to the aging process. So by just moderating your intake, you're protecting yourself against diabetes, obesity, and inflammation, while literally keeping those aging proteins in check. It's a game changer.
Now, if doing hara hachi bu at every single meal feels a bit daunting to start with, don't worry. There's a highly effective alternative you can try, the 5-2 fasting diet. The way it works is simple. You eat normally for 5 days a week, and then you fast by keeping your intake under 500 calories for the other 2 days. It's an awesome way to just let your digestive system rest, reset, and hit that life-extending caloric deficit.
Let's jump into Section 3, eating the rainbow. So what exactly are they putting on those tiny plates? Well, prepare to be amazed. 206, a staggering 206 different foods, including spices, are eaten on a regular basis by Okinawan centenarians. Compare that to the standard, repetitive fast food diets we see today, the difference in nutritional wealth is just night and day. If we break that down to a daily level, they're eating an average of 18 different foods every single day. They literally eat the rainbow. Their tables are packed with red peppers, carrots, spinach, cauliflower, and eggplant. In fact, over 30% of their daily calories come directly from vegetables alone. White rice forms the daily foundation, they'll have fish maybe 3 times a week, and surprisingly, their go-to meat is pork, but it's only eaten maybe once or twice a week. Oh, and sugar? Super rare. They eat about 1/3 of what the rest of Japan eats, and when they do indulge, it's strictly local cane sugar.
Okay, on to Section 4, Okinawa's natural antioxidants. We definitely need to talk about the specific foods that actively slow down cellular oxidation. There are exactly 15 antioxidant-packed foods that Okinawans eat almost daily, and these are basically considered the biological keys to their vitality. You're going to see a ton of soy here: tofu, miso, raw soybeans, and soy sprouts. Then you've got tuna, plus heavy-hitting veggies like carrots, cabbage, sweet potatoes, and peppers. They also use some really unique local ingredients, like a bitter melon called goya, seaweeds like kombu and nori, and their famous local tea, simpinchar.
But the absolute superstar of this list is the shikuwasa fruit. This is Okinawa's signature citrus, mostly grown in the small town of Ogimi. It is intensely acidic. You actually have to dilute it with water, and it tastes somewhere between a lime and a mandarin. But here's the magic trick. Shikuwasa packs 40 times as much antioxidant-rich nobiletin as a standard orange. No way, right? Consuming this stuff actively protects the body from arteriosclerosis, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. They use it in everything from traditional dishes to just drinking it as freshly squeezed juice.
Next up, Section 5, the secrets of tea.
Seriously, no explainer on the Okinawan diet would be complete without talking about their go-to longevity beverage. Remember that local tea I just mentioned, sanpencha? It's this beautiful, fragrant blend of green tea and jasmine flowers, and the average Okinawan drinks about 3 cups of it every single day. It's so popular you can literally buy it from local vending machines. This specific blend is amazing because it lowers blood cholesterol, boosts the immune system, and actively reduces stress. Now, if you can't get your hands on sanpencha where you live, a really high-quality jasmine tea is a fantastic substitute.
But hey, if you want to take your anti-aging tea game to the absolute max, you have got to look into white tea. Because white tea is air-dried without fermentation, all of its active elements stay completely intact. It has a jaw-dropping concentration of polyphenols. In fact, it's widely considered the natural product with the greatest antioxidant power in the world. Get this, just 1 single cup of white tea gives you the antioxidant equivalent of about 12 glasses of orange juice. How crazy is that?
And that brings us to our final section, Section 6, the IKIGAI diet for you. So now that we understand the science, the portion control, and the Okinawan staples, how do we actually apply this using a standard Western grocery store? The good news is you absolutely do not need a plane ticket to Japan to get these benefits. By adopting what's known as the antioxidant canon, you can easily replicate the IKIGAI diet right at home. It's about loading up on accessible things like broccoli, chard, and oily fish like salmon for those great healthy fats. Eat plenty of citrus, blueberries, and strawberries. Stock up on oats, wheat, and high-quality olive oil. You can even enjoy a little red wine in moderation for its cardiovascular benefits. But, and this is crucial, pay close attention to what you need to eliminate. To truly slow down premature aging, you have got to ditch refined sugars, heavily processed baked goods, and cow's milk derivatives. That's a huge part of the puzzle.
All right, as we wrap up this deep dive into Chapter 7, I want you to think about your next meal. Try serving it on smaller plates. Make sure you're eating a beautiful rainbow of colors. And ask yourself this final question. What will you leave on your plate today to honor that 80% rule and fuel a longer, healthier life? Thank you for the watching video. I believe you understand about this chapter and implement in your life. Comment your thoughts about this video. We've got more fascinating insights coming up in the next chapter, so make sure you subscribe to Tatparya so you don't miss out. See you next time.